Thank you. Thanks for coming. I love London, so it's really great to be here. And today we're going to talk about soul agreements, what you decided to do before you were born and planned for this life. Because we're all trying to find clarity of intent at all times and clear up all of our phobias and fears. So Richard and I, who wrote the book, Soul Agreements, we took case histories and he hypnotized them. We both hypnotized people, but he hypnotized as eye chakra linked, which I don't know if everybody knows what chakra linking is, but you visualize from your crown chakra coming into the top of the head of someone else, the throat chakra, your third eye chakra going into somebody. And so you're making this connection. And so I would read the person as they're going through their experience. I would go through their experience with them. And a lot of times I would be writing, because I'm a very good writer when it comes to automatic writing. I'd write stuff before they'd see it because, there's such fear. We'd start blocking and they'd be trepidatious, and it was like, oh, what? I can see it. So I'd write about it. And as they're facing some of the blocks. And so we did that, and then I did esoteric astrology for the book, which is, I do a combination of Western and Eastern astrology. And I feel that you can see a lot of, it becomes a hologram for me. I can see what's happening in somebody's life. And we had one case where this man had come to a Sedona seminar. We do a lot of seminars in Sedona, Arizona, the psychic vortexes, and a beautiful Mecca, New Age Mecca. And this man had been in a terrible accident. He came up in a wheelchair, and I'll never forget him because his aura was just huge. I knew that this would be one of the bravest people I ever met in my life. And he came up, and he had flown by himself from Maryland to Arizona and gotten on the shuttle and everything. And he barely had a face, was in a wheelchair, and he had come to find out why he had experienced his experiences in life. And he had been in a terrible car accident in 1989 where a Pepsi truck had barreled into the back of him and his friend as they were going to work. And they were in a small pickup truck. And his friend was going to drive, and he asked if they could, Mark would drive, and Jeff would be in the passenger seat. And Jeff was sipping coffee, and he was a new father. His wife had just had a baby. And Mark they were the 10th car in this roadblock, and he looked back, and from a 3-mile hill, a Pepsi truck was coming at 60 miles an hour, and they didn't have any brakes, and crashed into the back of him, and he was thrown into the back of a burning car. And so, and he lived. He was 60 days in a coma. His wife announced, like the day after he came out of a coma, that she was going to divorce him. And he was about 24, 25 at the time, years old. And he, started this long road of recovery. But so anyway, he asked if I would do the horary astrology on it. That he would give me the time and place, all his birth information, and he would give me the information of the accident, which, I was fascinated to do. And I told him I would do it for him. And it was incredible. His birth chart had said that he would have a catastrophe someday in his life that would change his life. And when, at that time, that year, it was, when you do a progression, the mathematics comes into play. There was tragedy all over the chart, and catastrophe, and divorce was on there, and that he would be facing divorce and that he would be, and then there was money. And that's the destiny part where, we're all situated to create our lives, but where would we be so precise as to know that somebody with money would be hitting us? So that was really what got me very curious about his dharma and karma and why he would have to experience such a thing and be able to have, and he has, Pepsi, they've given him, I don't know, $50 million or something. But all the money in the world, of course, can't bring you back your health or your happiness, but it can bring him, a comfort of living and nurses and stuff. So I found that fascinating. Anyway, as part of the research, and so that's why we started doing the book, is because of Mark, and we wanted to see the predestiny of people. And Richard and I love to do research. We did another book. He wrote the book, actually. It's called Earthly Purpose, and it was a study. We took seminar groups like you and hypnotized everybody to go back to a place called Teotihuacan, which is the pyramids, the Sun and the Moon Pyramid in Mexico. It's predated Aztec, and no one has lived there since. And it has very interesting walls that are only found in space, the materials. And we wanted to know maybe what had happened there. So we started investigating that. And so a lot of people, they gave us their information, and there was just a consensus where there had been a burial where everybody had been buried alive, all the priests and the government at that time, and then everybody left the village. And he had written the book. I did a lot of research with him, and we wrote the book. And a year later, we heard from Arizona State University did a dig, and they found a grave that had 200 bodies in it. So that was a fun research project. And we've done some not so fun research projects also, where, like the millennium coming, what was going to happen, just for interest. And when the Y2K was also big, and of course, we a lot of people had seen snow in New York City, but it wasn't snow, it was ashes, and that the skyline in New York would change, and that a lot of storms. They say that the Earth is changing a bit with our weather, so we're on top of that, right? Yeah. Any questions so far? So I want to start working with you, and then we'll decipher, and we can talk about afterwards the meditations. When you're in meditation, has everybody meditated or done any of our CDs before, or been with us before? Oh, okay. So when you go in hypnosis, you don't necessarily have a little red light that says, "Oh, this is your answer," but write everything down. It's always great to have it in hindsight. And I will try to keep you as grounded as possible, because I love to explore this work. Done a lot of it over the years, and I don't know if you've all read my Abenda work, Cause and Effect. Yeah, and I have a column that I've written for, I don't know, it's maybe about 13, 14 years now, and it's where my spirit guide. I had surgeries when I was a baby, and then I had a near-death experience when I was 8 years old. And so I am very connected to my spirit guide. And when I want to know something about you, I ask her to connect with somebody who loves you very much, or your spirit guide, and then they write the information to me. I could probably channel it at this point, but I don't like that much control going out of me. I don't mind writing it down. So if we have time, I'll try to do a link with her, since she's so powerful. But first of all, I want to do some pre-birth sessions with you, and then we'll do I want to do a future progression as well. Okay. And if you get symbols, that's okay, because I feel that like not at night when you dream, sometimes when you daydream your meditations, we can decipher those. Okay? Okay, so close your eyes. Make yourself comfortable, and if the windows get too cold, just kind of let me know. Try to catch my attention. Is it too cold? Okay. But if it gets too cold or too hot, just kind of let us know. Try to get that. Yeah, if anybody needs a piece of paper or anything, or a pen, they've provided me with some pens and paper. If anybody wants, so they know for afterwards, just sit down. They can come up and get it. Yeah, thanks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a couple places to sit down or lie down up here, too, if you really need to lie down. Okay, everybody got it? Okay, this is a Hypnotic Om CD. It has a little electronics behind it. Help you go deeper into trance. Might be a little low. Okay, close your eyes and make yourself perfectly comfortable. Just completely relax. Breathing deeply and relaxing completely. Breathing deeply and relaxing completely. That's it. Breathing deep. Breathing deeply. Exhale through your mouth. Very deeply. Very deeply. And feel calm and peaceful. Relaxed and at ease. Calm and peaceful. Relaxed and at ease. Breathe deeply and relax completely. Breathe through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Very deeply, very, very deeply. And feel calm and peaceful. Relaxed and at ease. Calm and peaceful. Relaxed and at ease. Breathe deeply and relax completely. Breathe through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Very deeply, very, very deeply. Be calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease. Calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease. And now, imagine yourself outside in the country on a clear summer night. It feels good to be here. You feel safe and secure as you look up at the blanket of stars. You hear the sounds of the night. Imagine this very, very vividly. Be there. It feels so good to be here, looking up at the stars and enjoying the night. And it's now time to draw down the universal energy of the stars. So please imagine yourself drawing down the light, drawing down the energy of the stars, the positive powers of the universe. Perceive this energy as being drawn down in the form of an illumination that enters your crown chakra on the top of your head. So do this now. Actually draw down the energy and allow it to become your reality. The universal energy of the stars. Draw down the light, the God light, the starlight, the positive powers of the universe, the love light. Let it happen. Let it be. Drawing down the universal energy of the stars, the light of the universe. And you are filled with light. And you look to the eastern horizon to see the sky getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And as the sun rises, you offer thanks for all you have and all that you may become. sun is now above the horizon, and it feels warm on your skin. And you notice a trail off to your right. It's time to follow this trail as it leads off into the forest. Go ahead and begin walking down the trail and into the trees, and you sense the coolness in the shadows, and you inhale the rich scent of the earth and foliage as you walk the path. The early morning dew is still damp on the grass, and sunlight flickers through the rustling tree leaves. And as you walk the path, you hear the birds and subtle sounds of the forest awakening. And the trail now comes to the edge of a beautiful meadow, surrounded by trees. And in the middle of the meadow is an outdoor temple. See it before you. There is a chaise lounge chair in the middle of the temple, directly in the center. See it. See all the architecture and symbology. Open your senses as you walk to the temple. That's it. Feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. So glad to be here. The magnificence of the little temple. See and feel every detail. It is so lovely. And as you stand at the entrance of your temple, you allow the white light to cascade over your body, and the white essence pours over your body. Experience the God light, and you breathe deeply and relax completely. You sense the universal light of life energy, and it flows on down into your crown chakra. And as it does, you receive an intense purple color. And the light flows on down into your brow chakra in the center of your forehead. And you receive blue-violet color. And the light flows on down into your throat chakra, and you perceive a silvery blue color. And the light flows on down into your heart chakra, and you perceive a golden glow. And the light flows on down into your solar plexus chakra, and you perceive many shades of red. And the light flows on down into your spleen chakra, and you perceive a rainbow of color. And the light flows on down into your root chakra at the base of your spine, and you sense many shades of red and orange, and your chakras are open, balanced, and charged, thus expanding your aura and attuning you to the subtle vibrations that allow the reception of psychic awareness. Now start to walk to the Chase lounge chair. That's right. Feel in balance as you lie down on the settee. Feel it beneath your body, and it feels comfortable. So comfortable. Take a deep breath and ready yourself for the depth and wisdom to come to you, as it will. You trust in the process of your higher mind, and your instinct knows the best course of action for your life. This day forward, you will always make the best possible choices for your life. You are a wise soul underneath all your earthly programming. You uncover the truth of your decisions. So just relax and breathe deeply. Close your eyes on the settee now. Feel yourself going deeper and deeper within. Deeper and deeper within. You are beginning to tap that wisdom and knowledge, going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. And now, you go to a place where you have the vortex of power within you. Find that place. Feel it. There is a vortex of power within you. And it is welling up inside of you. It is expanding and expanding and expanding. This vortex of power within. Feel the euphoria of allowing the vortex of power within you to expand. It is expanding. It is expanding. It is such euphoria. Feel it expand within you. We call out to the positive powers of the universe, to our guides and masters, and the holy ones, to watch over us and protect us, to lead and follow us on our earthly journey. Bring their energy to the vortex of power within you. They protect you from all things seen and unseen, all forces and all elements. Feel their love and devotion. Feel their power. Feel your power. Feel your power. Connect the light within you to the light within them. They will always love and protect you. We ask it, we beseech it, we mark it, and so it is. And now you are on this comfortable Chase lounge chair, and it starts to move, and it is moving counterclockwise back into the past, into your past. It's going back into your past. Feel it. It feels so good. And you are going back in time, back in time. The SETI is taking you back in time, back in time, going back, going back, going back, but it is staying in this lifetime to your pre-birth destination. So go back to your pre-birth destination. You know where you were. Follow the energy. You are going back to your pre-birth destination. Follow the energy. You know where you were. Follow it. The Chase Lounge chair stops, and your pre-birth counselor now walks up to you. You sit up and reach out, shake their hand, tell them you are glad to see them again. You are in a state of bliss, of awakening, of wonder, but you are awakened to your pre-birth destination. You are again in that state when your soul was ready to come back to earth to be a human. So look around for a moment. Your mind is in a hyper state of awareness. What are you experiencing? What are you observing? You are awakened in a hyper state of awareness. Hold the hand of your pre-birth counselor if you start to drift. Okay, now it is time to ask your pre-birth counselor some questions. You are becoming more and more into your hyper state of awareness. You see, feel, hear, smell, and experience the situation very clearly and precisely. Your memory is working at optimum level. You are opening a chamber in your mind of remembrance. Open the chamber in your mind of remembrance. That's it. Open the chamber. And now it is time to ask some questions. And number one, why did I choose to come back to Earth? number 2, at your optimum level of memory, what goals do you need to accomplish in this life? In your optimum level of memory, what goals do you need to accomplish this life? At your optimum level of memory, who are you to have relationships with, and why are you to love who you do? And how does this serve your life purpose? So relationships, and why are you to love who you do, and how it serves your life purpose. At your optimum level of memory, what are your career and security goals? And how does this serve your life purpose? Your career and security goals. And how does this serve your life purpose? At your optimum level of memory, what is your health criteria, and how does this serve your life purpose? At your optimum level of memory, what other curious questions can be answered about your life, such as your purpose with specific people that you choose or want to gain knowledge about? At your optimum level of memory, list 5 accomplishments that you have set up for yourself in this life. 5 accomplishments. At your optimum level of memory, how many times will you love in this life? And I want you to feel the feeling of love. There is a knowing of what love is supposed to be like. So feel that love. Feel the love. Feel it. And how many times will you love in this life? At your optimum level of memory, what kind of risks will you take in life? Risking emotionally, mentally, physically. Where and what kind of risks? Emotionally, mentally, or physically.
And it is now time for the pre-birth counselor to give you things that will support you and that you need for retuning your energy and your aura. So the pre-birth counselor will give you items that you need for retuning your energy and aura. You are full of courage, compassion, unconditional love, understanding. You are prosperous and wise. You will take steps to be more than you can be, to truly fulfill your purpose and not feel lack or low self-esteem any longer. To walk an earth life, you must step forward and claim your place on the blessed earth plane, for it is a blessed place, a place of wonder and awakening. You no longer fear the process of life, as you know you are meant to live to your highest and fullest potential, that you are on a personal journey, and that journey is not always easy. Love prevails, strength prevails, goodness prevails. All the disappointments and blocks and sadness were there to make you understand your journey. Now that you are being fine-tuned, you no longer block yourself, no longer feel sadness, no longer be disappointed. You no longer view lack in your life. All things happen for a reason, and everyone is on their own personal path. Honor their paths. Honor your path. Honor your path. From here is a pathway of knowing there is another home that is not your earth, but for now your home is earth, and you will create a wonderful and beautiful reality. You now welcome life. It is a gift to be human. We ask it, we beseech it, we mark it, and so it is. And you now relax back into the Chase Lounge chair. And you thank your guidance counselor, and it begins to spin clockwise, bringing you inner knowledge to recharge and reattune your life force and your goals as a human. You are bringing back the inner knowledge. You are reattuning your life force. As you come back, feel the Chase Lounge chair. Feel the recharging and the attuning as you spin clockwise. Just gently coming forward, relaxing, feeling great. And it is time to come back to your waking world. Remember everything you experienced in the temple, and know that you have the power and the ability to manifest your life and its callings. Allow the magic of the earth plane to easily manifest upon your life path. And remember always, the earth is full of bounty and blessings, and they are yours by birthright. And now, as the environment of the temple begins to fade away, you begin to return, and on the count of 5, you will open your eyes and be wide awake, fully alert, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance. Number 1, coming on up, feeling aligned and balanced. Number 2, coming on up a little more, feeling peaceful and joyous. And number 3, coming on up, remembering everything you experienced. And number 4, recall the situation and the room. And number 5, wide awake, open your eyes, feel good. And you can take this time, if you'd like, to write a few notes. And if anybody wants me to go through the list, a little bit of the questions, I will. Questions? Okay. Why did you choose to come back to Earth? What goals you need to accomplish in this life? Relationships and why you love the people you do and how this serves you. Career and security goals. Health criteria. General questions on the people you wanted to gain knowledge about. The 5 accomplishments for your life. How you're supposed to feel love. And how many times. And remember not to just count the opposite sex. You know, you have to, all your friends, family, you know, bring a lot of love into your life. And how you risk emotionally, mentally, or physically. sessions with you guys. So do you guys want to take a bathroom break now? Is everybody fine? Everybody needs a break for maybe 10 minutes?
You can feel, you can see messages before you, hearing places, feel things. Hold somebody's hand, be in a temple, laying down on a chair. I'm trying to transfer you as much as possible, because when I do my work, I try to transfer my body as much as possible in every sense into whatever realm that I'm working in, because I want to feel it, hear it, see it. And so I take you there too, hopefully. But it takes practice sometimes to get there. Anybody have any questions? And another thing is, you can always visualize your feet on the ground.
There's a lady had a question about the psychic protection CD and whereabouts you can get that from. We have
Oh, the psychic prediction CD?
protection.
Prediction. The Temple of Prophecy is a psychic prediction CD for themselves, but a lot of my stuff is. We can probably go over that a little bit afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to take you now on a journey called The Path, and you'll see everything in symbols. So I'll try to take you into those 5 senses, and so it's a little bit differently. Yeah, I will. Yeah, we have our expert in the room, so hopefully we're going to be perfect as for our music, and no feedback from me, hopefully. And if everybody's hot and cold, everybody's perfect. Okay, good. And I want you here in the front to sit down, because you feel like you're going to, if you're going to think you're going to fall out of the chair or something. Yeah, you need to sit down over there during the meditations. Yeah, well, I think you just need to relax and be in a more relaxed state. Yeah, because you seem like you're getting a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, good. Anybody else have any questions? Everybody feel okay? I know somebody was sad. They're warm enough, cold enough, everything, the windows. Okay, so close your eyes. Make yourself perfectly comfortable. If you need to sit around, there's a few areas. Breathe deeply. Relax completely. Closing your eyes. Breathing deeply. And you're relaxed and at ease. Just relaxed and at ease. Breathe deeply and relax completely. Breathe through your nose and exhale through your mouth very deeply, very, very deeply, and feel calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease, calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease. Breathe deeply and relax completely. Breathe through your nose and exhale through your mouth very deeply, very, very deeply. And feel calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease. Calm and peaceful, relaxed and at ease. And now, imagine yourself outside in the country on a clear summer night. Feel
feels good to be here. You feel safe and secure as you look up at the blanket of stars. You hear the sounds of the night. Imagine this very, very vividly. Be there. It feels so good to be here, looking up at the stars and enjoying the night. And it's now time to draw down the universal energy of the stars. So please imagine yourself drawing down the light, drawing down the energy of the stars, the positive powers of the universe. Perceive this energy as being drawn down in the form of an illumination that enters your crown chakra on the top of your head. So do this now. Actually draw down the energy and allow it to become your reality. The universal energy of the stars draw down the light, the positive powers of the universe, the God light, the starlight, the love light. Let it happen. Let it be. Drawing down the universal energy of the stars, the light of the universe. And you are filled with light. And you look to the eastern horizon to see the sky getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And as the sun rises, you offer thanks for all you have and all that you may become. And the sun is now above the horizon, and it feels warm on your skin. And you notice a trail off to your right. It's time to follow this trail as it leads off into the forest. And begin walking down the trail and into the trees, into the trees. And you sense the coolness in the shadows. And you inhale the rich scent of the earth and foliage as you walk the path. The early morning dew is still damp on the grass, and sunlight flickers through the rustling tree leaves. And as you walk the path, You hear the birds and subtle sounds of the forest awakening. And the trail now comes to the edge of a beautiful meadow. And out before you is an airport. That's right, it's an airport. And there's an airplane out on a runway. You have a pilot, and the pilot beckons you to come over and to get on board. And the runway is smooth and perfect. And you get in the plane, and pilot helps you on. And he starts up the plane, and you take off into the sky. And you're flying and flying and flying. And you're going into the future, flying with the pilot. He's there to guide you as you go flying off into the future, into your future. And you feel relaxed and at ease, and going off flying into the future, into your future. And it feels so good to be here. You look out the window, the landscape. And he's about to land. And as he lands, starts landing the plane, what is the environment like? What does it look like outside? What's the future of your life look like? And how do you feel? How many years have you projected forward? Just pick a number. And what year do you get? Just pick some numbers or some years. But only concentrate on your life right now. This is your life and your future. This is all about you. Allow yourself to look at your future. Breathe deeply and feel, see, hear, be for a moment in your future. Okay, the pilot now takes you by the hand and leads you down, away from the plane and into a car. What is the car like? This car is going to take you to your house. It can be the real house of your future, or it can be a house, a metaphorical house. So the car and the driver take you to your house. What is the landscape like? Look at the outside of the house. How are you feeling? What are you wearing? What is your jewelry like? What are your shoes like? Are you in the countryside? And what is the weather? So you are at your house now. What is it like? Go inside. Walk into the living room. Go and observe your house and all the rooms. And now, go find a comfortable place to lie down. It's time to look at your personal life and how it's going to be in the future. How is your love life? If you don't quite know, just rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the greatest of love. How is your health? How is your career? And choose a few people that you would like to know about in your future. Just give them one sentence each. where you live. Now let's look at the world outside. What's happened in politics, or generally around your community that you're interested in? What city or town do you feel you live in? What are your fears about the world? What is the greatest feats of science? Gain general knowledge of the news of the future you're experiencing. Look at a newspaper front. Or hear something. Hear a message. Okay, you can hold on to this if you like, and you can dream about it tonight in your dreams when you sleep. But I want you to come back out to the car and go back out to the airport. So the driver helps you into the car, and you know that you can come back at any time to explore more of this also. But right now, you're going to come back into the car and go back to the airport. And you're going through the city, so you can kind of see how maybe it's changed, or if it's all familiar to you and maybe it's changed. Okay, and you're at the airport now, and you're getting out of the car and going up the steps into the airplane. The pilot is there smiling at you, and you're going to come back now, come back to your time in history, time of your life, and you're feeling great, feeling glad to be alive. And whatever is in the future, you know that you will handle. It's always, life is what offers us lessons, and we know that we can be strong. So you're flying back into your life. And you see the meadow once again, the beautiful area that you started out from. And there's the airport. You're going to come landing back down into your life, into your present life. And you stop and get out of the plane, wave goodbye to the pilot, knowing that you can go anywhere in the future at any time using this method. And you go back up the trail. And there's a little trail off to your right. And you start to go down that trail, because we're going to do a little ritual. So you see a beautiful meadow. And in the meadow is a beautiful, sacred place. See it before your eyes. And your feet are on the earth, and your hands are open, ready to receive. And the sunshine comes down and warms your face and hands. And your third eye is open. And all your chakras along the center of your body are feeling energized, wonderful, and perfect. And there is a special box before you, but you're not going to open it. It's just a beautiful box. And there's a miracle for you that will manifest for you within 24 hours. And it's to be open to the miracles in your life. See them, hear them, and feel them. You can open at a deeper level every day of your life. You are open to your life. You live your life in perfect harmony. And when you leave here today, you know that you deserve all the best that life has to offer. You are a wondrous human, ready to create a beautiful life. Now, this miracle will be a kind word, a beautiful message, something that you will like. It could actually be an actual gift from someone. But you know that within 24 hours, wonderful things can happen, and you will expect this. And you will expect this every day for the rest of your life, that beautiful things can come to you if you are open and ready to receive. And so I wish you peace and prosperity, and to function at full optimum in the world. And it is now time to wake up and return from the path. So number one, coming on up, remembering everything that you experienced in your progression, knowing that you can use the plane at any time you desire to sort out the future in your life. Number two, coming on up a little more, feeling at peace with yourself, the world, and everyone in it. Number three, sense an internal balance and harmony. Number four, recall the situation and the environment. And number five, wide awake, wide awake. Open your eyes, feel great. Open your eyes, awaken to your life. And you're wide awake. You're going to experience lots of fun here at the festival. I'm going to go experience lots of fun at the festival. Thank you all for coming. My mom came with me this time. Thank her for coming too. And my assistants, Diane and Nicola. Great. Thanks. Okay. Do I have another half an hour? Or do I? Oh, do I? Oh, goody. I thought I was over. So it's like perfect. Oh, goody, goody. Oh, is it getting a bit cold? Is it, where are you sitting, right here? Was it? Yeah, just shut the window a little bit, maybe. Ask everybody else around. Are you guys cold a little bit? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and, yeah. Oh, the windows are all shut? Oh, huh. Yeah, I don't know how to. Oh, that, maybe we could ask them, turn it down a little bit. Outside. Isn't that main office out there, Nicola? Will you? Okay, good, thanks. Okay, anybody have any questions about who all flew to what and what happened?
Fly off into the future. Isn't it a projection of our own desire rather than going into the future?
Well, I don't know. That's one of the, I would really like to research time and how we see it, feel it with groups of people. Because it is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, that it could be that we're actually going, just projecting into the future. But with the predestiny that we have for our life, with the astrology and where I've really tried to see what, where the roadmaps are all, there before us. I don't know if we make our own movie already, or that maybe time isn't what we think it is. Yeah.
When I was going into the surroundings, I could see the mountains, so it was a bit like a desert. There was a lot of greenery, and I could see some flowers as well. And
Is it where you live now?
no,
No. So it's somewhere. And how far did you project forward?
10 years.
10 years? Okay.
And when I started the journey out of the airplane, the car was like a black limousine. When I was going back, it was like a red sports car. So I
Oh, wow, that's fun.
change of cars.
Yeah, change your cars. That's interesting just in itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just,
You felt more comfortable about being picked up and hey, yeah, this is, I want to have more fun. The red sports car. Okay, good.
When I got to the driveway of the house, which was a large house, and I was going down the driveway in a black limousine, the house got smaller and smaller and smaller and then dissipated.
And dissipated.
And then the car that I was in gradually dissipated around me, and then I dissipated, and then there was nothing, and I couldn't get back into anything.
You couldn't get back into anything, so you were blocking at that point.
Is that blocking?
Yeah, you were just blocking. Yeah, you all of a sudden maybe got a little scared and started blocking. Yeah, so it all
The house
started
changed.
disappearing.
The windows, instead of 10 windows, there was 8 windows and then 6 windows.
Yeah, that's how, everything got smaller and poof. Yeah, so just stay with it. So I gave you this suggestion to dream about it tonight. So write down your dream maybe tomorrow and maybe that open up again tonight. Yes?
Sometimes logic steps in and you feel this can't be possible. I'm just imagining.
Yeah.
I'm just making it up.
Oh, you just made it up. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I think the future especially, you just have to try to make it up. Yeah, you just go for it.
When you said when, how far into the future, it was 14 years, I don't know why.
Oh, yes, it's 14 years.
2020 came to mind, that's 14 years, isn't it? And nothing much, I just went along.
Well, you might be in the fear. You may not be allowed to know much as well.
Because
The guides don't tell you and let you know everything.
I was on the promenade, I moved to Cornwall from London 4 years ago, and it's almost as if I want to stay here. I was on the promenade, just sort of walking along, and there wasn't anything much in my vision except carrying on, walking on the same promenade.
Okay, so it was here in
And I
London?
was fit and healthy, I was even fit, fitness is my thing, is I want to be fitter and healthier. And I was my optimal best at the age of 6, must be, hang on, if it's 14.
Yes.
68 years old I was,
Okay.
and I was,
Feeling great?
and I was helping people, you couldn't see it happening, but not that much had changed.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Yeah, and especially if you're in the same place.
Anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you can go on the plane at any time and see more.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Everybody, it's not just in the part and the one we just did, but every single sort of meditation I do, I always get this feeling in my neck, like something's pulling it. It's horrible. It's not very nice at all, and I always get it, and I just wondered if you had any idea what it was, or...
Well, it's maybe just on your relaxed state. Yeah, you actually might need a chiropractor or acupuncture or something, but you might need to lie down when you're doing your neck's being stressed out.
I ended up on the west coast of Canada in a house with when I finally got there, the car was a black sedan that took me to the house. I only saw part of the house, which was really nice. Was welcomed home by my lovely husband, and I'm not married.
But maybe there's somebody.
Maybe there is. What was really disturbing though was on the way back, I came back in the sedan, but part of the way along we stopped, the car went off the side of the road into a river, and there were 3 men around me, and I felt that I was being kidnapped.
Okay. Well, okay, so,
I didn't.
well, that you felt that you wouldn't have control of your life. How many years did you project?
12.
12, okay. So in 12 years, there'll be maybe an incidence where you need to worry about that you'll be going along your life just perfectly fine. And it won't be somebody like kidnaps you probably for real. It'd be that you were out of control somewhere in your life. And has to do with something about communication. So it might be a visa or your passport or something. You know, you just don't know quite how that will manifest. But no, kidnap, but they want to take you to somewhere else. So if you live in Canada, then you have to worry about staying in Canada. So that's where that comes in. So have you ever had an interest of living in Western Canada?
My brother lives out there.
Oh,
in actual fact.
so there's maybe a really...
It's almost if I can recognise part of the road that we were driving down was Victoria, so...
So there'll be an opportunity for you to move there.
There's always a possibility.
Yeah, good.
I'm more interested in my future husband.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to go back in that plane and just look for that. Yeah, just for clues. Okay. Yes. Oh, where? I don't know where that is. Is that just here down the street? Okay, so it was beautiful. And you were on your spiritual path still. You had the ocean right there before you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're blocking a bit. Yeah, blocking, become too relaxed, and have to create a situation where you might not be able to find answers. Yeah. So just tell yourself the nausea will go away. Basically you can tell yourself, because your mind is very strong. You tell yourself you're not going to deal with that. Yeah. Then I'm okay. Yeah. Breathe. Yeah.
I had a really beautiful big house, really fantastic. But if you looked out the window on the one side, it was just desolate. It was all desert. And if you looked out the window on the other side, it was lush and full of green grass and flowers and like a jungle.
Okay, so do you know what direction you were looking at when you looked out at the...
If you were in the house, it would be the right side was desolate, the left side wasn't. But if you were looking that way, it would be the
Yeah, do you know what basic direction? Because in shamanism it would mean the direction like the east-west.
because
North,
it
south.
was all sunshine, but I couldn't see the sun, so it was just all bright.
Because, it would be different areas of your life. So there's something that you'd feel you're lacking, but yet you have another side would be rich and beautiful. So there's that, that beforehand, that you will be lacking in something in your life. Like, say if you have a wonderful career, but you don't have a family life or a relationship. Or you'll have the family relationship and the great love, but you won't have the career you want. It's going to be one or the other probably on that. That's what I would think that meant. So just create both. Balance out your life a little bit more so your future's good. How many years did you project?
I tried to go 20 in my head, but I kept going to 2020 as well, so...
Okay. So now. So you start creating the steps to make sure that everything's balanced. Yes?
I dreamed that when I got off the plane, it was a black car, like a limousine. And I was quite agile. I was 77 years old. I've gone on 20 years. The house was a American house. What I identify as an American house. It's like a hole with white wood on the outside, painted white, and a veranda. And there was mountains at the side, all over at the back of the house. And it was quite like a desert. It was like a desert. And when I entered the house, it was warm and friendly. It was a nice big fire. And there was 2 lovely sofas.
So it's nice and cozy and a wonderful environment for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge environment. It was a nice environment. And there was a nice large dining table with lots of nice chairs around it. And the table was covered with things, but I couldn't see what. And I lie down on the sofa and envisaged a nice relationship. So I fulfilled it.
Yeah, you might have the opportunity to move to America too, but that sounds like. Have you ever had any interest?
I've got connections in America. I've got institutes that I work with in America. Yeah.
So it could be a possibility within 20 years.
Yeah.
Good. Well, at least you'll know that, you know, where you're ending up, that, you know, you're probably going to create a great life for yourself.
My house is very pretty, but it had very big windows, and I was always aware of big windows. So even when I was sitting on the bed, I found myself under a skylight with lots of sun coming in. And when I was looking into the house, it was just this huge dining room window with pretty flowers on the dining table.
And you were looking in instead of being inside looking out?
To begin with, yes, but I had no problem going in. But it just
okay.
looked so lovely going in.
Okay.
And then when I went upstairs, I was again under the light.
It's just showing your curiosity at that point with all the big windows. But then when you're looking out, it's obviously that you want to see out as well. You're just curious about what's going to be happening upcoming. Yeah, it's great. That's fun, actually. Yeah, so you should. Yeah, good.
I was trying to sort of project into the future, 20 years, and then I thought to myself, well, I'll be 90 then, and I'll be feeble, you know. And another thing is...
Cancel that.
Oh, my husband and I know where we want to be at that time, but I just went to America, and somewhere where I went 6 years ago, and I was there again. So I went back into the past again, in a sense. And when you said something about what town is this or what city, LA just came in my mind, you know, because I have been there before, and maybe that's why. So I'm a bit confused now about the future, or
No,
back to the
because,
past, or
well, it's always whenever you're asking the question of tarot or anything, you're asking that question. You can't veer off into all these different directions because you want the clear answer. And the clear answer can be just a yes or no, or it can be, you know, a little bit padded out answer. But so you've asked about the future. So you must go with the future because that's what we were asking about at that moment. So don't go back into the past. Only, because that way that you gain the clarity in all of the psychic stuff if you stick with the questions. So you want the future. So maybe you're going to take either a trip to Los Angeles and another wonderful trip in 20 years, or you might relocate at that time into Los Angeles. Do you have family in Los Angeles?
I've got some connections there.
Okay.
I can't think what I'll be doing in a sort of visit place like LA.
Yeah, 90. Well, maybe you'll be fine. You know, we don't know what science will bring, so, you know, we might have a few, you know, youth serum shots, and we're all going to be, you know, hopping around like we're 35. So we don't know. We'll have to look at the bright side. You might be perfectly, and don't look at feeble. Cancel that out. Always look at the highest and best and what you can do for yourself. Because your body's a temple. Your body is. You have great instinct. You know what to do for your life. You must follow it. So we always have that chance to turn ourselves around.
Science will bring a new injection.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a new
Yeah, why not? They're going pretty fast. They're good stuff. Huh?
big horror story in front of the newspaper.
Oh, there was. Well, that's every day anyway.
An atomic bomb.
Yeah, atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Where was it? Do you know?
In Riverside.
Hmm?
No, I just got Riverside.
Riverside. How about as far as how far did you project forward?
Well, in my mind, I went 43 years forward, and I too also will be very old.
Yeah, in 43 years.
But the year
We
was
all-
2017. So it can't be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, just pick one or the other, so you'd have to see, you know, because that, again, you know, then you're going all over the place, so you have to make sure that, say, oh, okay, well, I said 20 years, you know, it has to be 20 years.
or it has to be 43 years. 43 years is a lot of years. I think a lot may change in 43 years. But it'd be interesting to see what we got it as a group, even go forward and start documenting some of that. Yeah, that research I'd like to do. Yeah. Anybody else? Yeah.
Do you have any predictions for 2020?
2020?
Yeah, it seems to be that everybody's sort of cottoned on to 2020.
Well, they like 2012. Everybody does 2012. That's the big predictions out of the metaphysical community is 2012.
So what's going to happen then?
Well, they feel that.
We have the Olympics.
Well, there's a lot of sayings where, of course, our weather is going to change because of global warming, and so we're going to have to rethink where we live a little bit, and that they feel China will become the highest nation of the world. Yeah, that's the kind of main predictions. But whether to be afraid of that, I'm not real fearful of life. I feel that, there's really a quality about life that you can live, or, quantity doesn't mean much. It's quality. So, yeah, I had somebody once, I was in Omaha, Nebraska. I was about 24, I think, and I was in high heels and nylons and a skimpy suit, and for a funeral, and it was 6 below zero, and I remember somebody asking me, "Oh, how can you live in Los Angeles with all those earthquakes?" And I said, "You've got to be kidding." Here I am freezing to death in Omaha, Nebraska. I think that I'd really, really rather die in the sunshine than have to deal with this until I'm, 100 or, so it's all about the quality of your life and how you live it, because we want to live to our highest and best. And that's what we're trying to do every day. We get into this depression or mired into our own worries and the worries of our environment and the world. But in reality, it's only you who can change it, and you have to step into that. We all have a responsibility to ourselves, and then to step into things that we feel we can control. But it starts with us. Yeah.
One question it's been around if people find it difficult to do visualizations, what advice could you give them to help them to?
Well, it's not all about visualizing. That's
Right.
really the bottom line. Is because when we teach the psychic seminars in Sedona, because I teach the psychic seminar and the mystic series, which is the advanced, and you have 6 senses, but you are prominent already in your life and especially of hearing and seeing or feeling are the ones who really come up for people. But there are people who smell is their strongest sense, and so you don't get much with the smelling. You really have to go towards your seeing or your hearing for that, I think, for the psychic answers. And not everybody sees, in manifest form. You can see symbols, hear ticker tapes, read little movies, have somebody speak in your ear. There's all sorts of ways. So it's best to find where your personal strengths are. Like when somebody says, "I hear you," "I hear you," they're usually auditory. They can hear better than they can see or feel. And the feeling types is you're going to feel it first, and then maybe you can see it. But if you expect that you're going to see it every time, then sometimes it doesn't happen for you. You start floundering and thinking you're not getting anything. But when you could be really strong psychically and you're just not reading, doing it right. I do a lot of symbology because I think you don't confuse yourself as much. It's fun. It's more fun to reach into the box and find your answer than it is like hemming and hawing over, "Oh yeah, but I want it this way." Well, it's not necessarily going to be that way. So you may as well just go for that object in the box and then, well, it clarifies it. Can't get out of it that way. Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question about
Yeah.
the previous.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
You know when you went into the house? And
Yes.
into the bedroom. Every time I opened a box, it had a glass kind of like crystal ball in it. I got fed up with it, so I made another box. But when I opened it up, there was a dead beetle in it.
A dead beetle in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's something in your future that you don't want to see?
Right. Okay.
Okay, and then you got another box and you put a dead beetle in it? Well, how do you feel about beetles?
Well, I don't particularly like them.
Okay, so you don't like them. Okay, and, but was it like a scarab?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been trying to get pregnant?
No.
No? And do you want any children?
Yes.
Okay, and so it's saying that you need to work on your fertility is what it would be in your future. But there's something in your future you don't want to see, and so you need to like open up to that and not be afraid of your future. Because you can handle it. You're strong. And it'll be easy. It's not something hard. I don't feel it's anything hard. Okay?
Again, going back for the help, the box, the object was a knife. And
Okay.
then I sort of put it back and got flour.
Okay, well, yeah, but the knife is great. It means that you have a lot of emotional feelings. Knives are it's all about feelings. Swords.
Sorry, a knife is?
Knives and swords are all about your feelings that you deep within you.
That was the help box.
And is the health box was the knife? Okay, well, that you need to work on your feelings. Are you being over emotional about things? Yeah. Okay, so you're supposed to knock it off. And what did you get before that? After that?
The spiritual?
Yeah. No, the box with the health.
Yellow
The knife,
flower.
and then you put the knife back, and what
And
did
I
you get?
took a flower, yellow.
Oh, flower.
daffodil.
Okay, and the yellow daffodil says that, every day work on your health just traditionally, and don't go off all in these tangents, just relax. And smell the flowers, be with beauty, be with nature, don't be all over the place with your emotions. Steady yourself down. And yellow is always mental, so it's just calming yourself.
For the help, I got scissors in my box. Mentioning the knife, I just wondered if it's...
Yeah, cutting is a time of your life.
I thought it was there.
Yeah, do you feel like you need to let go of something? Time? Is there some kind of time maybe with somebody you need to cut?
Well, I'm not quite sure what it is. But
Yeah, what is it for? What was the health?
For health.
Health?
I got a bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's things that you need to work on upcoming, because a bear is burdens, it carries many burdens, it's very strong. And so you have strength throughout, but it has a lumbering body and you worry. Are you a worrier? Okay, so you need to cut those worries. Let them go. Yeah. You don't need to worry anymore.
You mentioned earlier about your strong connection to your guide,
Yeah.
and that if there was time that you would...
I now have 5 minutes.
I'm
sorry. Although I did it last time I think I was here, because Diane was saying I did. And so I did bring the CDs. I wasn't ever going to make a CD of that, but this spring I decided she seems to be okay with me promoting her now. Yes.
In one of my boxes, my career one, I think it was, it didn't have a bottom to start with, it was just bottomless.
And that was your career?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you have the endless possibilities.
And then I put a bottom in it. I thought, well, if it had a bottom, what would be on it?
Okay.
And it was a silver ring.
Okay, so silver ring. Somebody was talking about silver being, what does silver mean?
I think we said it was sort of the emotional side of life.
Emotional side of life. What else?
There was also silver, it's also antibiotics and things like that, isn't
And
it?
antibiotics and okay. So yeah.
And also, in the house,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know what a candle and a clock was.
A candle, was a candle lit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's guiding you that throughout time, because you have the clock, through time you will be led. That there's guidance. So when you have the candle, especially when it's lit, you're able to be, you'll find your way, through the dark.
even though you don't think you can find your way. Everything's going to be fine.
In my career books, I had a baby chick.
Baby chick? So, okay, so there's something that you've already started because the egg isn't there anymore because that's the creation. So it's now a baby. Yeah, so it will grow up. So that it's already, you've taken a couple steps to make it already happen? Okay,
Yeah, there was
so allow it to happen. And what else did you get?
Well, I got a bit confused with the animal. I didn't know whether it was a horse or a deer or a dog or a wolf.
Oh, okay, so you did that thing of going all over the place and said, just, I see this. Okay, so what was the first thing that you saw?
I got confused because you said it was sitting, and I think it was a horse, but then when I tried to make it sit down, it
Oh,
sat
right.
down.
Okay, so it's a horse. So horses are about going into, horses are free to roam, so it's all about freedom and finding its herd to be, like it needs a place to belong with others. So it's finding the home for whatever your projects are, whatever your career is. But there's others that you can herd up with and be free. There's a lot of experimenting there, and having, good career. Okay.
What's a camel symbolize?
Camel? Well, camels are great, as far as they really cross the desert and any sort of, they sustain life, really, and help you through any problems. So what was it for? Career? Okay, so it's just a long-term, your animal helps you throughout life, sustain it. Now, what do you do? You work in a hospital, okay, so you have a lot of strength. Go through all those bad times and bad experiences with people. Good. What else did you get in the box? A key? Uh-huh. So is there something else that you want to do upcoming it's probably in the nursing field since you got the camel, but there's an opportunity that's coming to you. Yeah, the key is there. The door didn't appear, but the key is. So the opportunity will come. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Is it an old key or a new key?
It looks like one. It's my
New one?
dad's.
Okay, so it's a new opportunity coming to you. Because if it was that old key, then it would be something from the past, like some hospital or something would be calling you to work for them. So it's probably a new opportunity coming.
My first animal was a lioness.
A lioness in your career? Was
Yeah,
it for
the
your
first
career?
animal, yes.
Okay, so strong, being first and strong and sorting it out because, lionesses, they get what they want. Yeah. Yeah.
And I also had by the book, I had a very, very old key. It's funny she was mentioning.
Oh, okay, so
like
old
a really
key?
old iron key.
Okay, so something from the past. And that's, what did you have that? What part of your?
I had that at the beginning with, I had a brush and I had a crystal.
Okay,
It
so that was the
very
three
clever.
objects?
Yes.
Okay, so that means that you would bring something from your past that you would have to face and open the door to. Yeah, and the brush. The brush would be.
It was a paintbrush.
Oh, pen brush. Oh, okay, so artistic ability?
Yes.
Okay, so artistic ability, and then,
And a crystal. It was a very clever crystal. Really.
yeah. So with the both
With
sides?
the copper.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, so you just want, grounding as well as the intensity, intense life. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you very